Hi there, my name is Zephyr. Sometimes I go by Heroine or Heroic Zephyr. I just wanted to show you today, or at least take you through a very brief, nice, snappy to the point startup guide for RPG Maker Engine. So this is going to be very, I'm just going to keep this video is going to be a little bit longer than most, but what I generally want to do is I want to have some short, snappy guides about RPG Maker that just sort of get right to the point. We start with absolute basics and just really take it from there. To make this a little bit different, because there are some really amazing guides out there, the one thing that I do want to do, and if you want to put comments on beneath this video, feel free to, and I'll try and include them if they're appropriate for the next video. But if you have any particular questions or something that you want to try and do in RPG Maker, I'll try and do that for the next video, and maybe even include your comment if you'd allow me to. So feel free to put some feedback there. But we're going to get straight back into this video here and this topic today, and the topic really is, you've just bought RPG Maker. What do you do? Of course, you obviously open it on Steam if you own it on Steam. So, of course, I've got RPG Maker MV, MZ, VX, and XP on this particular Steam account. I've also used RPG Maker 2003, 2000 VX, and the normal VX as well. And they'll all start with the same thing. So you can consider this tutorial for pretty much all RPG Makers except for the ones on consoles, like RPG Maker 1, 2, and 3 on the PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2. It wouldn't apply for those, sadly, but I don't think many people know about those engines, so it doesn't matter. So you've got RPG Maker, and what do I do? Well, obviously, you'd go to File and New. You'd open a new project. Currently, I do have a project open right now, and this is my project Arm of the Abyss. But we're going to start right from the beginning here. So we'd create a new project. We're going to name our project. So this is just a name for ourselves here. This will also name the folder as well. So we'll call this my first project. The game title will also be my first project, but you might not want to call it that. This is what it's going to display in game. So we'll call this The Legend of Dragoness. I don't know. Just call it The Legend of Dragoness. So we'll hit OK. It's going to be copying files into a folder. So all of these files it's copying in are stock assets that you can use. And they're really great to really get a feel of how the engine actually works. So you can see all the images just being imported in there. If you're using RPG Maker 2003 or you're using 2000, you're not going to see this copying file screen. It is all going to just kind of populate on its own. So now we've got a window here. This is the actual interface, and I'll just explain to you what the interface does. Don't worry if you don't remember any of it for now. I can go through it on a later video. So obviously we have File, New Project, as we know. You can also open the project. If you've got a project to open, maybe you're working on a different one. You've got Close Project. Of course, save the project. Very important. I always ask you to just save as often as you can when you're making any changes to your project, because you never know when you're going to get that power outage or something horrible is gonna happen there. I've lost work before. Don't be me, and I'm sure maybe you can relate to a situation there. There's also Open from Workshop and Upload to Workshop as well. This is something exclusive to the new Maker engine. You're not going to see this in RPG Maker 2000 or VX or anything like that. One of the things that's very common to see in all RPG Maker engines on the PC is there's going to be, under Tools, there's going to be something called Database. Now, the hotkey for this is different depending on what engine you're using. In the newer engines, it is F9. In the older engines, it is actually F8. So just use F8 for that. and bring up all your generic things. So it'll have some stock actors, some stock classes, skills, items, all that good stuff. You can already see where you can start doing the things. So RPG Maker pretty much streamlines. It makes a lot of the coding part of the game making much more streamlined and easier. At the same time, it is more limited, but you can get help through plugins. But this is kind of just the general canvas for now. So you notice that we're on this weird grid here, and to switch from this grid view into a different view, we've got this button here. So it just switches the editing mode, and if we switch that editing mode by clicking that button in the top there, that's going to actually switch it back to this this screen here, and it's going to actually give you some little tiles to play with. And then you can use that to just use your mouse and just draw on the canvas. Or if you're using it on console, I don't know how you do it on console, but I imagine you'd use like a stylus or I don't know. You'd use a controller input or something. But yeah, that's pretty much how you do the very, very basics things. So feel free to draw a map of your desires here. If you want to add a new map, just right click on here, or right click on the actual parent of the project. So click on Legend of Dragoness, and we'll hit new, and you can make a new map here. I'll go in more depth about this in a later video, but this is one of the ways that you can sort of open stuff. So this is just a general overview for now. You can zoom in with the plus and minus buttons. You can add shadows. We'll go into these a little bit later, but I just wanted to show you how to open a project and just generally what to expect later on. And yeah, just preempt you. If you have any questions, feel free to give me some, and I'll try and address them as I can. The order of these videos might be a little bit haphazard. I'm going to have a blend of newcomer videos, and then I'll have some a little bit more in-depth ones later on. And there's always room for improvement. So if you feel like there's something I might have missed in a video, feel free to just go over it in the comments, or feel free to plug any content that you might find really useful, because there is a lot of really great content out there. So that's pretty much it for me today. I did want to just record this into a short, under 10-minute video, and this is just going over the sort of bare basics of the engine, just how to open a project. So now you know how to open a project, you know how to hopefully you remember how to save a project, and you know how to like sort of draw on the actual canvas, and you also know how to open the database, which is really important. That's going to give you a lot to do. So I'll leave it there for now. Have a wonderful day and take care. I just wanted to go on record here and mention Robin from Hero Legends Studios. He's also making some really amazing videos about RPG Maker, and he's not just doing RPG Maker, it's also things like Unity and iOS development, which as well, which I find really interesting. That's stuff that I'd love to learn about. So feel free to head to his channel if you're interested in that kind of thing. I highly recommend that you do. And if you make any videos, or you want to sort of collaborate on anything, do let me know. I'm happy to shout out anyone here on this channel as long as it is reasonable. I don't plan to do this for views or anything. You can like and subscribe if you want, but I'm not going to make you do that today. But have a lovely day, and stay game making, stay motivated.